How's it going, everybody? For today's video, we're going to do yet another huge collection update. So here we have a rather large package that's just arrived in the mail, and a rather small package that's just arrived in the mail. So without further ado, as always, we're going to be like kids on Christmas, but very neat kids on Christmas, and tear into it and show you guys what I got. Pretty excited for this one. This is a pretty obscure item, actually. It's really not that discussed, but once again, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to simply cut into it and show you guys what it is. Alright. Oh boy. Careful not to cut the contents here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. This, my friends, is the TurboGrafx 16. You're probably thinking, what the hell's a TurboGrafx 16? Well, it's an interesting little console that takes what are known as HuCards. It doesn't take cartridges or discs, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But basically, the way this thing is set up is, it's a very flat and small design, which is good because I'm kind of running out of space for consoles at this point. So it could easily be stacked on top of or below something because the cartridges or HuCards are inserted right here. And the thing is just so weird looking. It looks like it's going to have a weird hookup. I'm sure I'll be able to hook it up, but it's probably going to be an interesting setup to be sure. Got the power button on the front right here. And so let's get into the rest of the package and see what else is in here. This is Bloody Wolf for the TurboGrafx 16. Now you remember I was saying they don't come on discs. You're probably thinking, oh, is there a jewel case then? Well, if you open it up and look inside, yeah. So there's this weird little like arm, this little clear arm that holds it in. So you just lift that up, and this is what I was referring to. This is a HuCard, and basically the way this thing goes in the system is you just lay it down right here, and it just slides in. There you go, game inserted. When you're done, game uninserted. And so Bloody Wolf is basically like a little shooter game. It actually kind of reminds me, it has the same feel as Nom 1975 on Neo Geo, if you've ever seen that. I know that's a pretty obscure console to refer to, but that's what it reminds me of. So there's the console, there's the game I got with it. The cases are a little bit lackluster. They have a, this one actually came has a manual in the front which shows some gameplay pictures, but the unfortunate part is if you ever find these in the store, no pictures. So you don't really know what you're getting into. All you see is this kind of like dirty coal miner looking Arnold Schwarzenegger fellow with a very large Bowie knife and some helicopters in the background, and you're like, don't know what the game's gonna be like. But there it is. Also in the box should be the hookup wires and the controller, of course. The controllers are pretty interesting looking. Everything. I hear something loose in the box. What was that? What was that? I don't know. That's probably unimportant. I'll find it if I vacuum. So, this is going to be the hookup cables as well as the controller for the thing. Okay guys, this is the turbo pad for the TurboGrafx 16. Very resemblant of the NES controller with your standard D-pad. You've got your run and select, run just means start, and then A and B are 1 and 2. And if you look up here, there's some switches, and I'm thinking these things actually have turbo built into them, perhaps. I'm not super informed on it, so maybe if any of my viewers out there know what these are, can you confirm or deny if these are turbo switches or not? Because they have 3 settings here. The hookup for the controllers looks like the video hookup for a Sega Genesis. And here we have this huge mess of wires. So we have the freaking power adapter. But here's what I like. Even though it has this stupid fat-ass box, it still ends in one of these, which is good, because it means I can hook it up easier. Hooks in with just one of these standard little hookups here for the video. I'm sorry, for the power. But then you've got the hookup box. And the hookup box can go to either antenna or coaxial. Now, I may in the future try to find one of the regular coaxial to AV cable converter boxes, but for now this thing's gonna have to be in competition with my Atari whenever I want to switch them out. So there's that though. TurboGrafx 16 console with Bloody Wolf, but there's still more. In this package, I believe there's 2 games I'm expecting, and I think this is going to be another TurboGrafx game. And if it is, it's good because it's probably one of the best games that you could even buy for the system. No, actually it's not. This is actually the other game, so that game hasn't come in yet. But here we have Pilotwings 64 for the Nintendo 64. It's a classic game. It's obviously got some labels on it that need to be taken off, cleaned up a little bit, but overall in pretty good condition. So there's Pilotwings 64 for the N64, whatever. And now for the final part of the video here, something that I kind of made. I figured the best way to store these HuCards would be in a binder, so I took a binder and lovingly drew my own TurboGrafx 16 logo on it with colored Sharpie. And so if we unzip this thing and look inside, look at that. I've already got a game started. Oh, this is Keith Courage, a classic for the TurboGrafx 16, and these things actually fit in here pretty damn well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here, and it has a nice little zipper or a little pouch up front, and that's where I'll probably store the controller as well as any of the cases I get for the system. And here's how the whole thing's going to look. Pretty nice. Can't complain. Everything looks good. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. So as soon as I get this thing hooked up and everything, maybe I'll do a review. But for now, there's the collection update. TurboGrafx 16, Keith Courage, as well as Bloody Wolf for the system. All the necessary components. Got to see what the controllers look like. And Pilotwings 64 thrown in there for good measure. Hope you guys enjoyed it.